morning children. Welcome to my online class. Today in this class, I am going to take chapter 9 from the grammar textbook, Grammar Made Easy. And the topic is verbs. Children, have you heard about verbs? Yes, verbs are nothing but action words or doing things. Doing things are called verbs. Children, there are one more type of verbs. They are nothing but auxiliary verbs or helping verbs which are used to make the sentence meaningful. Okay, let's see children. Now, what is a verb? A verb is a word that is used to denote an action, the condition of the subject or what is possessed by the subject. Repeat, what is a verb? A verb is a word that is used to denote an action. Okay, look at the example here. Zoha studied in the night. What did she do in the night? Yes, she studied. So, studied is the action done by Zoha. Okay, so this is the verb. Studied is the verb, right? And a verb also means the condition of the subject or what is possessed by the subject. The condition of the subject or what is possessed by the subject. For example, if I say, I have a pet cat, there no action is being done. But what is possessed by me? Yes, a pet cat. Right. So, there have is the verb. Okay. That means here the verb shows the condition of the subject or what is possessed by the subject. Okay, that we'll discuss, right? Now look at the second example. She reads storybooks whenever she is free. What is the action done by her? Reads. Okay, she reads storybooks whenever she is free. So reads is the verb, right? Now look at the next example. He is a hard-working boy. He is a hard-working boy. Here, there is no action done or shown here. Okay, nothing is done by the boy. But what is the quality possessed by him? Yes, hardworking. Okay, here is the helping verb. Okay, so helping verbs or auxiliary verbs are nothing but, okay, or which is used to make the sentence meaningful. Right, here it shows the what is being possessed by the subject. Okay, they are also called verbs. So children, here are some helping verbs. Okay, what are they? Is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had. These are some helping verbs which makes the sentence meaningful. For example, if I ask you, where are you going? And if you give the answer like this, I'm going to school. Does it make a sense? No. So you know that you should use am with the subject I in the present tense, right? And you'll say like this, I'm going to school, right? So these are the helping verbs which make the sentence meaningful. So have you understood children? Children, now open your page number 49. Read the following sentences and you should just underline the verbs. What you should do? You should just underline the verbs. You know children what is a action verb. Okay. Or a doing thing. Okay. Action words ariyamallo. Sit, play, buy, drink. Okay. Go, went, write, play, work. ഇതെല്ലാം ആക്ഷൻ വെർബ്. അപ്പോൾ ആക്ഷൻ വെർബ് അല്ലാതെ ഹെൽപ്പിംഗ് വെർബ്സും ഉണ്ട്. അതിനെയും വെർബ് തന്നെയാണ് പറയുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, ഈ ഹെൽപ്പിംഗ് വെർബിനെ നമ്മൾ ഓക്സിലറി വെർബ് എന്നും പറയും. അപ്പോൾ ആ സബ്ജക്റ്റ് ഏത് സബ്ജക്റ്റ് ആരെ പറ്റിയാണോ സംസാരിക്കുന്നത് ആ സബ്ജക്റ്റ് എന്താ പൊസസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഓക്കെ എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോഴാണ് നമ്മൾ ഹെൽപ്പിംഗ് വെർബ് യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അപ്പം മുമ്പ് ഞാനൊരു എക്സാമ്പിൾ പറഞ്ഞില്ലായിരുന്നോ, ഐ ഹാവ് എ പെറ്റ് ക്യാറ്റ് എന്ന്. ഓക്കെ, അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഇവിടെ നമ്മൾ വെർബ് മനസ്സിലാക്കി അണ്ടർലൈൻ ചെയ്താൽ മാത്രം മതി. Look at the first one. Neha ran to the counter and bought the tickets. What did Neha did? Yes, she ran to the counter. And what she bought? She bought the tickets. So what was the action done by her? Yes, she ran. And what does she did? She bought the tickets. She bought the tickets. So ran and bought are the verbs. Right? Is it clear? Yes. Now look at the second one. She went to the pediatrician yesterday. She went to the pediatrician yesterday. Okay. What did she did? She went. She went. Right? അവള് പോയി. അപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ ഏത് ആക്ഷൻ നടന്നേ? പോയെന്നുള്ളത് അല്ലേ? അപ്പം വെന്റ് എന്നുള്ളത് വെർബ്. ഇത് നമ്മൾ എങ്ങനെ അണ്ടർലൈൻ ചെയ്യും? Now third one. He is driving his car in the wrong lane. What is he doing? He is driving his car in the wrong lane. What is the action done by him? He is driving. But here you should underline the auxiliary verb also. Okay, what is he doing? He is driving. Is driving is the verb. Okay, then the fourth one. Right. My mother is suffering from a severe cold. My mother is suffering from a severe cold. So what are the verbs here? What is the condition of the subject? Yes, here my mother is suffering from a severe cold. Okay, she's not feeling well. So what is the verb? Yes, is suffering from severe cold. Okay, here there is no action done, but here we are talking about the condition of the subject. Okay, because she is suffering from a severe cold. So is suffering, you should underline it. She bought me a few books from the shop. She bought me a few books from the shop. What does she did? Yes, she bought. So what is the action done by her? Yes, bought. So bought is the verb. Right. Now look at the sixth one. Rita is a brilliant girl. Rita is a brilliant girl. And as I told you that here when you are using the helping verbs, that is also considered as a verb. So here is is the helping verb. Right? So you should underline the verb is. Now the seventh one. The Indian cricket team is playing against Australia today. I repeat. The Indian cricket team is playing against Australia today. So the match is going between India and Australia. Right. So what is the action done here? Yes. Is playing. So you should underline is playing. Okay, these are the verbs in this sentence. Have you got it? Now the last one, children. Stephen Hawking has a sharp mind. Stephen Hawking has a sharp mind. So what was the quality of Stephen Hawking? Yes, he has got a sharp mind. So has is the auxiliary verb used here, and here we are talking about what is possessed by the subject. So you should underline has. So we have come to the end of this exercise. Now we will see what is an object. Okay, object of a verb. Right. So in the earlier classes we have learned that is in a sentence subject will be there, and at the end there will be an object, and in some sentence there will be more than one object. For example, take an example like this. I threw a ball. What is the subject here? Yes, I is the subject. And what did I do? Threw. Threw is the action done by me. Threw is the verb. And what is the ball there? Is I threw a ball. A ball is the object. And the action is done on the object. I threw a ball. Okay. So the ball is the receiver of the action. Right. So the ball is the object. So look at the example here. Neha kept the money carefully. What did she do? Neha, she kept the money carefully. Right. So kept is the verb. Right. It is the verb here. And what did she kept? Yes, the money. The money is the object. Neha is the subject and kept is the verb. And what is the object, children? Money. What did she kept? Okay, in a sentence, okay, the object answers what or who. Okay, last will our object ille. Our object എന്തുവാ ആ സെന്റൻസിൽ എന്തുവാന്ന് ഉള്ളതിന് ആൻസർ കിട്ടുന്ന അതായിരിക്കും ഒബ്ജക്റ്റ്. റൈറ്റ്. ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ ലുക്ക് അറ്റ് ദി സെക്കൻഡ് സെന്റൻസ്. The little boy is flying a kite. What is the little boy doing? Yes, flying. So flying is the verb here. And what is he flying? What? The answer in the object. But what is he flying? Yes, a kite. A kite എന്നുള്ള എന്താ? Object. Right? ഇവിടെ the money എന്നുള്ളത് object. Okay, so look at the example C. The teacher called him. So whom did the teacher call? Yes, him. Okay, whom did the teacher call? Him. So him is the object here. Right? So you should remember that in a sentence, if we ask what or whom, in a sentence, if we ask what or whom, ആ സെന്റൻസിൽ what എന്ത് അല്ലെ ആരെന്ന് ആൻസർ ചെയ്യുന്നത് അതിനെ ഓബ്ജക്റ്റ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. If we ask what or whom after the verb, the answer we get is the object of the verb. Then kinds of verbs. Kinds of verbs, there are three kinds: transitive verbs, intransitive verbs, and incomplete verbs. Right? There are transitive verbs, intransitive verbs, and incomplete verbs. So learn these two. Okay, transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. See, in transitive verbs has an object in it. But intransitive verb doesn't have an object. That is the difference here. Okay, look at the example here. Seema bought candies. Seema bought candies. What is the verb here? Yes, she bought. Bought is the verb. And what did she bought? Yes, she bought chocolates, that is candies. So this is the object here. Right. Now look at the second one. The girl opened the door. What did the girl do? The girl, she opened the door. Opened is the action done by her. So this is the verb here. And what is the object? What did she open? Yes, she opened the door. The door is the object. Children, in the above two examples, okay, it has got an object in it. Okay, if the sentence has an object in it, then it is called transitive verb. Right? Look here, a verb which requires an object to complete its meaning is called a transitive verb. I repeat, a verb which requires an object to complete its meaning is called transitive verb. For example, if I simply say Seema bought. Seema bought. Does it make a complete sense? No. Okay. There is no answer for the question what. What did she bought? Okay. And if I say Seema bought candies, it answers what? What did she bought? Yes, candies. So it has got an object. So it is called a transitive verb. An intransitive verb doesn't have an object in it. For example, I laugh or she laughs. There is no object. Right? She is smiling. She is crying. There is no object in the sentence. Those sentences are called intransitive verbs. Now we will learn about indirect object. Now we are going to learn about indirect objects. Right? So in some sentences, there will be two objects. Okay, അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ഇങ്ങനെ ഐഡന്റിഫൈ ചെയ്യുന്നതാണ് നമ്മളിപ്പോൾ പഠിക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പോൾ എല്ലാ സെന്റൻസിലും ഒബ്ജക്റ്റ് ഉണ്ട്, ട്രാൻസിറ്റീവ് വെർബ് എന്നല്ല ഇപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ പഠിച്ചത്. ഓക്കെ, ഇപ്പോൾ ഈ സെന്റൻസ് നോക്കി, റീറ്റ ഗേവ് ഹർ എ പെൻസിൽ. റീറ്റ ഗേവ് ഹർ എ പെൻസിൽ. അപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ റീറ്റ എന്ത് കൊടുത്തു? പെൻസിൽ കൊടുത്തു. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പോൾ ഇറ്റ് ആൻസേഴ്സ് വാട്ട്? വാട്ട് ഡിഡ് ഷി ഗേവ്? യെസ്, എ പെൻസിൽ. സോ പെൻസിൽ is the object here. Right, there is one more object here. Okay, who got it? ആർക്കാ പെൻസിൽ കിട്ടിയേ? ഹെർ. ഈ ഹെർ എന്നുള്ളതും ഒബ്ജക്റ്റാ. പക്ഷെ ഇത് ഏത് ഒബ്ജക്റ്റാ? ഇൻഡയറക്റ്റ് ഒബ്ജക്റ്റ്. ഓക്കെ, ഇറ്റ്സ് എ ഇൻഡയറക്റ്റ് ഒബ്ജക്റ്റ്. ഓക്കെ, understood? For example, you can take another example. My mother baked a cake for me. My mother baked. What did she bake? Yes, a cake. For whom did she bake? Yes, for me. So there, me and cake both are the object. So page number 50, you should just underline the verb and you should circle the objects. In some sentences, there are two objects. Okay, what you should do? You should underline the verb and circle the object. Okay, So children, these examples are given in your textbook, children. Okay, you can write it in your grammar notebook. Okay, now look at the first one. Girish painted the cottage. Girish painted the cottage. Okay, so here what is the object? What did Girish painted? Yes, the cottage. The cottage is the object. So you should circle the object. And what is the verb here? Action done by him. Yes, painted. That you should underline it. You should underline the verb painted. Right. Now second one. He won a prize. What is it, children? He won a prize. What did he won? A prize. So a prize is the object here. A prize is the object. And what is the verb here? Yes. Won is the verb. So you should underline the verb. Now the third one. The farmer plowed the land. What did the farmer do? The farmer plowed the land. What did he plow? Yes, the land. The land is the object. The land is the object. And what is the verb? Yes, plowed is the verb. Plowed is the verb. Fourth one. The strong wind rattled the windows. The strong wind rattled the windows. So here, what is the verb here? Yes, rattled. Rattled is the verb. You should underline it. And you should circle the object, the windows. You should circle the object, the windows. Now the fifth one. The cat ate the fish. What did the cat do? Ate. So ate is the verb. And what is the object here? What did the cat eat? Yes, it ate the fish. The fish is the object. The fish is the object. Now, sixth one. My niece plays a flute. Okay. So, what is the verb here? Yes, plays is the verb. And what is the object? What did my niece play? Yes, a flute. A flute is the object. Flute is the object. And there are 4 more questions in this exercise. Do it as homework and send it to me through WhatsApp. With this, I wind up my session. See you in the next class. Thank you. Stay home and stay safe.